Hello, my name is Kdee Raflowski and I'm a mental health counselor here at Integrative Counseling Services. Today we're going to do a very fun yet easy activity that's called Check-In with Feelings. So what this activity consists of is having a container that is clear that you can see through. This is going to represent the child's body. And this helps children recognize what's going on inside, because sometimes it's really hard to recognize and identify the different feelings that we're experiencing. So having a concrete example like this can really help a child understand what exactly is going on inside. And then what we have here are different colored cotton balls, and each color will represent a different emotion a child might be experiencing. And then our paper will record the key that we're going to create for each different color and what emotion is assigned to that. And this activity can be used with all sorts of children, whether you're a parent at home and you want to use it with your own child, or if you're a clinician that's working with children. So a perfect example of when you can use this activity is have your child come home from school and they are looking really upset and feeling really angry that day. So what you can do is have a check-in and bring out your container and say, this is your body. And it looks like you're feeling really upset today. Maybe we'll just check in with our different feelings and you can tell me what each color represents for your feelings today. And a child can write the key on their own, but I find it's typically easier for them to just do the thinking and you do the writing. So let's say they pick out each of these colors and we'll assign different emotions to them. So let's say yellow is happy. Blue is, we'll go with sad today. White is going to be angry. Pink will be frustrated. Purple is confused. Maybe they're not really sure what that emotion is, or they're just feeling confused about some things today. So as they're identifying the different emotions they're feeling and you're recording them and you have that down, then you can ask them to fill up this container with whatever they're feeling the most of today. Maybe they're feeling a little bit of happy, a little bit of sad, a little bit of angry, a little bit of frustrated. And they might not really talk a lot during this process. They might just want to work. And you can also respect that too, especially if they're feeling really upset. They might want to take the time to quietly do this. This represents exactly how they're feeling. So then you can close it up and then we can just process this together. So as we're looking at this, and as you have your key, it helps you to remember it throughout the whole process. So we have a little bit of happy, a little bit of frustrated, and a little bit of confused, but mostly anger in here. So I think this is a pretty good representation of how an angry child might be feeling. And then that clues you in just how much anger they're feeling, that they're not just coming in and it's a little thing and they're blowing up, like they're feeling really upset today. So then we can also process, like, it looks like there's a lot of anger in here. So I wonder what we can do to help touch on that anger, like those activities that you might already have that help relieve that anger when you're feeling upset, when something bad happens at school that makes you really unhappy, and you can process that. They might want to talk, they might not want to talk, but this is a really good communication that just happened, that now you know what's going on inside. And for that child, they can look at this just like we are right now, and they see there's a lot of different emotions they're experiencing that maybe they weren't even tuned into until this moment, that they're seeing what's going on inside. And already that helps relieve some of that pent-up emotion that's inside. I generally use it once we get to this point. Session will then progress to whatever we're working on that day, and if they're still feeling really angry, if they're maybe feeling confused, then I'll just reference it throughout the session. And then at the end of the session, and this might even be, if you're doing this at home with your child, this could be hours from now, maybe before dinner, after dinner. And you can take this back out and be like, well, before we leave today, or maybe before you go to bed today, how about we look at this and see how you're feeling? Like, do you want to refill it with the different emotions that you might be feeling now? Or if maybe the colors take on a new meaning, that maybe there's some peacefulness in there, some joyfulness, or anything along those lines. And it's a good communication device to keep checking in so they know that you're tuned into their feelings as well, and that you're there for them to express whatever's in here, whether it's positive or negative. So this activity also helps a child realize that they're in control of their own emotions, and that gives a huge sense of empowerment. So this can help open up a dialogue for creating those strategies to take out those negative emotions and put those positive emotions back in. Thank you for watching. Please tune in for more helpful tips and tricks for working with children.